Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel Diamonds and Washi. This is Katie. If you're new here, hello, welcome, and if you are back, hi, I'm glad you're back. I will say that if you are new here, this might not be the most fun video to start with, because I am going to actually be spending my time responding to just some things that came up in my last video. So I'm gonna cut to the chase and dive right into it and hopefully clear the air a little bit and hopefully be able to articulate my thoughts clearly as well. So let me, I'm gonna try to do this whip and chat style so I have something to do with my hands and you guys aren't just listening to me talk to a blank screen. But I hope you guys are doing well tonight, genuinely. And so I wanted to just hop on and talk a little bit about some things that came up in the comments on my video that I shared this morning that was talking about patty wax. And in that video, I mentioned that I was gonna start a series on different waxes and talk through like the pros and cons of different waxes and tips for loading them and that sort of thing. I've been getting requests from people for that for literal months. If you've listened to my past whip and chats and stuff like that, you've heard me mention like, yes, I know I'm gonna work on my that patty wax loading video and a multi-placing video that people are asking about. So I was excited to put that video together and was trying to think about, okay, if I want to do this as a series, because I kept getting overwhelmed at the idea of trying to do a whole comprehensive video on various waxes, because there's always people coming out with new waxes lately, which I love. So I thought, well, what can I do that would be more manageable for me? And still give me space to get to share about new products as they come out and not feel like my video is out of date like 2 seconds after I post it. So I thought, okay, more manageable, hopefully more like consumable for people. I thought, great, I'll do it a series and I can post one like every week that I feel like it. It made sense to do on kind of a weekly or every other week or just whenever I feel like it basis, but just to give it a catchy title or whatever, I thought, okay, alliteration, that's like a content creator's go-to, right? Wax Wednesday. I'll call it Wax Wednesday. Perfect. So I just slapped that title on. It fit neatly in the text box because literally that's the kind of thing that your brain goes to when you're making videos, is what will fit in my description and video title, not description, video title, neatly. And so I posted that this morning, and then a few hours later, I had a couple of comments that informed me that I had stolen an idea. One of them said something like, so we're stealing ideas now? And the other said something like, well, this would be a great series if it hadn't already, been done or was being done. Okay, I mean, fair. I mentioned in the video that I knew that like the idea of this that this concept was not unique and original to me, and by that what I meant was I think it's safe to say that most, if not all, well, the majority of diamond painting YouTube channels probably have a video in there somewhere that's unboxing wax, a kind of alternative wax, or sharing tips and tricks, or reviewing, So that's what I was saying, was the idea that the idea of like sharing tips and tricks about a particular wax, like, no, that's not new. That's not something that an idea that I came up with. That's something that plenty of people have done. And certainly, I'm sure plenty of people have reviewed multiple waxes and potentially put them in a playlist or called it a series. So I was really very baffled when I initially saw those comments, and I wasn't entirely sure how to respond, and I didn't want to respond from a knee-jerk reaction. So I took some time to like think on it and do some digging and try to figure out what are they talking about, you know? And after some digging, I thought, well, I can't imagine they're talking about the idea of just doing a wax video, because that's something that, again, like everyone has done those, right? The same way everyone has done WIP and chats or unboxings or that sort of thing. And so I thought, it can't be that it was patty wax specifically. So what was it? And I finally landed on, was it the title? Was it the idea of Wax Wednesday? And I think that was it. I think that is the culprit. And as you know, so as I hadn't responded during the day, I did have some friends very enthusiastically jump to my defense, which I appreciate. It was not necessary, and I don't necessarily want someone to feel piled on. I don't think that's necessarily productive either. But I also can appreciate the sort of like when you're calling someone's character into question, like that can make people want to respond strongly. But it got to a point where I was also then accused of having no morals, and in the comments being said that I knew what I had done and I had chosen not to credit the originator of the idea. And again, nothing was ever said specifically in the comments about which idea this was. I'm just guessing that it was the Wax Wednesday idea. I did a little bit of digging. Literally just went to YouTube and typed in Wax Wednesday to see what came up. And there were any number of videos from various creators. There was one channel specifically that came up a few times that it seemed like she was doing a Wax Wednesday series where she talked about different waxes. And if you know me at all, and if you've been here for any length of time, you know that I am the first person to build others up, to share about other channels and other channels, people's fantastic ideas. I am always anxious to give credit where credit is due. I am never looking to steal ideas or short someone credit. And so it was entirely unintentional. And honestly, I feel that way about other creators. And I'll link her below, because I took a look and it looks like she's covered a lot of different waxes. I think her name is Abigail. I'll link her in the description, and definitely go and check her out, because I only have one wax video up so far. And I mean, go see if she has a video on patty wax. She probably has some tips and tricks and thoughts on it that I haven't thought of, or that haven't been applicable to me, but might be applicable to you. And I feel like that's one of the great things about diamond painting, is that we all bring something different to the table. And so when people cover this same thing, we're still covering it in different ways, right? So, oh gosh. So if the problem wasn't that I was sharing about a wax and tips and tricks for loading it and my thoughts on pros and cons and that sort of thing. So if that wasn't the problem, was the problem that I happened to choose the same series title that she did. And I understand where that may come from, and I am sorry for if this was hurtful or upsetting to that creator, to other creators that have used that same title. To be completely honest with you, the way that my brain worked was I thought, okay, I'm going to break this into a series of shorter videos. So how often do I think I'm going to post them? Well, probably maybe once a week, maybe every other week or every so often. So what makes sense for a way to sort of tie them together and put them on a playlist together? Well, let's pick a day of the week, which is what I do for a lot of things. I'm even thinking ahead as well. So what do most people's brains go to is alliteration. Wax Wednesday, they both start with W. And in my head, that sort of thing is ubiquitous. Like, it's common enough, like Whip and Chat Wednesday, Mail Haul Monday, Stash Shot Saturday, like Throwback Thursday, like there's Floss Fridays. Like, it's just one of those things that we sort of just throw together because it makes sense. I mean, heck, you could go back and look at my Instagram page, and on every single Wednesday in my hashtags, you'll see 3 things: WIP Wednesday, hashtag WIP Wednesday, hashtag Washi Wednesday, hashtag Wax Wednesday. Like, I'm always finding little things like that to just sort of tie things together. So again, I wasn't trying to deprive anyone of credit, and I wasn't trying to be morally corrupt, which is really where that seemed to go, which is truly baffling to me. Because at the end of the day, if we're talking about the problem is with the title that I chose, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not here for, like, I don't go search out YouTube videos to watch, and I don't find them, I don't base my how much I find them informative or useful on their title. I base that on their content. So it's not about the title, it's about the content. But if especially in a case like this, like, I'm not gonna come after anyone for also doing Washi Wednesday or Whip and Chat Wednesday or something like that. You know, we're just talking about a day of the week. And certainly the idea of doing series is not unique to any one person. Or even just the idea of, like, we all do unboxings. There's no one saying, like, since this person unboxed this Diamond Art Club kit, no one else should unbox it because it's unique to that person. So all this to say, I hesitated to even come on and talk about it, but I am someone to whom integrity is extremely important, both in others and in myself. And it's something that I've made a huge value as a part of this channel. And because of that, I thought that it deserves taking a minute to address specifically, because, especially because there, within 20 minutes of that first comment, there were, and yes, I saw it, and yes, I chose not to respond to it right away. There were like 10 likes on that person's comment, as well as 10 or 12 thumbs down on the video, which, hey, new record. And I don't know. I don't know how many people are actually involved. I don't know if I was put on blast somewhere. It's fine. Because it seemed to have such a potentially wider impact, I did just want to take a minute to come on and talk about that a little bit. So, to be clear, I'm still planning on doing this series going forward. I'm probably going to retitle it because, again, I don't care what the title is. Wax Wednesday was just super short and easy to fit in the title of the video box and still give me space to add more at the end. But I cycled through any number of other titles. Like what I think I'm currently going to go to is Let's Talk About Wax Baby, so that you all will get that song stuck in your head. And no, I don't care if someone else uses that title. That's fine. I don't care. Here, spoiler alert, I'm also thinking of doing things like Tips Tuesdays, which tips will be in quotes because I'm thinking of sharing tips about different tips, whether that is everlasting tips, different kinds of multi-placers, straighteners. But here, you may have that idea as well, because it's about what we're sharing in our videos, right? Like not what title we're giving them. And yeah, like let's try to work to build one another up, and also, as much as we can, give each other the benefit of the doubt. And I will ask, please, even if you go running back to like watch that video and read the comments, please do not pile on the people there. That's not helpful. I want to even give them the benefit of the doubt. Like maybe that is the person that felt like I was stealing an idea. Maybe it's a friend of theirs, or just, I don't know. You never know what someone is going through. And so it doesn't take much effort to be kind. And if I were a very different person, I would not have even been remotely receptive to being told that I was completely lacking morals. And I think one of their passing goodbyes was like, I hope you all get some morals someday. You know what you did. Okay, I don't. I think I know now, but I'm sorry that there was obviously a misunderstanding, and next time you can shoot me an email or a private message too. Like again, if you've been here for any length of time, you know that I am always wanting to improve. I am receptive to feedback. I value integrity and authenticity highly, and those are such a huge priority for me that if there's ever a question about that, like, please let me know. Preferably in a bit kinder manner, but that part is not on me in the kindest way I can say it. So, yeah. Anyway, like I said, I am looking forward to sharing more of those wax videos with you guys. I have like a massive stash of wax, various waxes that I already own that I have been trying from different companies. Like I didn't just buy them to do this series. It's that I have them. Oh, look at this way that I can use them. And again, I'm always going to be excited to share about what other creators in the community are doing, because we all bring different perspectives and insight and thoughts to the table, and that's only a good thing. I'm never going to tell you, don't go and subscribe to anyone else, or don't go and watch anyone else's videos, because that's not who I am. I'm not here for the numbers. Genuinely, like, I make these because I make videos and that kind of thing because I love getting to chat with and know you guys, and it is such a good way for me to decompress at the end of my day with two crazy kiddos running around. So yeah, I'm trying to keep my heart in the right place with this and not let it become about the competition, I suppose. And I am well aware that there's a portion of this community, I don't know how large it is, that that is not the case for them. There are people, they're creators and groups within the YouTube diamond painting community that it's much less collaborative of a mindset that comes from there, that it is much more competitive and gets kind of petty and catty, and the sort of behavior that I feel like as, I mean, I don't know how old they are, but as like grown women, like didn't we move on from that mentality like after middle school and high school? So I don't get that. That's not my mentality. I'm much more about a rising tide lifts all boats. As well as the idea that it's better to straighten another woman's crown without feeling the need to tell the world that it was crooked. Again, it's a very different mentality than I think a lot of people have, and maybe that makes me a little bit of an outlier as far as YouTube goes. I've mentioned before that I'm not steeped in YouTube culture and etiquette and norms. I just try to be like a decent human being and hope that that's enough. And yeah, so anyway, I suppose I'll move on from that just a little bit so that I can share, so I can just chat with you guys maybe a little bit more and sort of come down from that. Maybe share some things that are a little less frenetic. But where I'll leave it with that at least is, if you guys have any questions or thoughts or concerns about that, and if you disagree with me, like, please let me know in the comments. I am receptive to feedback, and I am always looking for ways that I can be doing better, but I don't really appreciate my morals being called into question. So, yeah. Now that we're 22 minutes in and have finished that topic, how are you guys tonight? We are coming up on the week mark before Christmas, and I still have so much shopping to finish up for family members. It has just been hectic at home. My kiddos had a really tough day today with, like, my oldest is just having a really difficult time focusing with school, and my youngest is just, he's 2. He's in the terrible, terrible 2s and then some. So I was tired today. I had to throw the kids in the car at one point and be like, it's, you know, we're gonna go get Starbucks, which Starbucks is a huge treat for us. I try to limit us to like only once a week, if that, and I have a stash of gift cards and use my rewards points, but I was like, I just want some Starbucks today, because yeah, it was that kind of day. But I'm really, really hoping to get that Christmas shopping knocked out by Friday. I need to get those online orders in because all of our family lives far away from us, and we're not going to be seeing any of them in person over the holidays, so we have to ship all of our gifts to them. I have a feeling they'll understand, though. We're all kind of, it feels like we all sort of collectively have this mindset of, we're going easy on Christmas this year. Like, it's going to be okay, that things aren't going to look perfect, be perfect, all of that. But, yeah. So I finished kitting up Starry Night Santa, which is a Diamond Art Club. I actually originally had thought I might start that tonight, but I didn't want to be starting I don't know why. I didn't feel like starting a brand new kit while I was hopping on to do this WIP and chat that was gonna be a little heavier or more different for me. But I'm getting really close to finishing Diana, which is what I'm working on right now, by the way. This is the last row. I'm gonna get up to her faces just up there, and then the unicorn's face is just past that. I like to end on the focal points of my pieces. I know there are others of you out there that do that as well. That's how I section off my canvases. So I'm like, I want to end on the focal point. Usually, if there's a face involved, the face. I don't know why. It gives me something to look forward to and work up to. So yeah, but this has been going relatively quickly, and I will be really excited to share a post review with you guys once it's done. I'm not sure if that'll come before or after Christmas. It will just depend on how fast Starry Night Santa works up. I'll probably start that tomorrow just so I can get a sense for if it feels like there's a lot of color blocking or a lot of confetti, and how much time I think that one's gonna take me to work on, because I'd love to finish it like on Christmas Eve or on Christmas Day. So once I get started, I can then see like when I think I'll be finishing it. So I think I'm actually going to go ahead and leave it here, you guys. I'm feeling a little tired and ready to just kind of unwind a little bit more without chatting my head off after the day. If you listened to that sort of lengthy explanation and thoughts on everything that happened over the other video, thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. And thank you for those of you that I feel like at least know my heart and know where I'm coming from, and know that I would never be the person that is trying to steal other people's ideas, and that's just not what I'm about. And I am sorry again for any misunderstanding or way that I came off that I was not even in my brain at all. So I hope you guys have a really great week. Thank you all for being here, and I guess if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, I mean, you know what to do. And as always, if you're not already subscribed and want to hang out here and see more, it's usually much more tame. And there's usually fun and shenanigans. Feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I share new videos, which is not typically on a schedule, with the exception of the new Some Wednesday videos that will have a new title, probably. I hope you guys have a great night. I'll talk to you next time.